Hello, everybody, or nobody. How about nobody? We have Otis. Odie, you want to tell them about the scammers that are calling? So far, I've had 2 scammers call me today. Yesterday, I had 3 or 4. And I just had a call, and it was an American sounding voice. It was pre recorded, telling me that an Social Security they were from the Social Security Administration, and they had a warrant for my arrest because I've been committing fraud. And they asked me to call them or to press 1. So I pressed 1, and then I think they're on to me because they started to set up here because I was going to take their call and go live with it. And I love playing games with them. And as we play games with them, the longer we play games and keep them on the line and them hopeful that they will get our personal information, the longer we hold them online, that keeps them busy and from calling other people. I know 3 people who have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. One lady lost hundreds of thousands, and one lady lost a few thousand, and then another lady a couple hundred. Otis, you want a treat? Odie, you want flavor? Flavor? Flavor, Odie, yum, flavor, Odie, flavor. Come here, give flavor. Give me a high five. High five. Give me a high five. Like Otis, look. Flavor, come here. Give me a high five. Odie. I don't know, for some reason, we don't have fleas, and my dogs are just itching. Flavor? You want flavor, Otis? Flavor? Flavor? Here, Floaty. Oh, Floaty. Oh, Otis, here's flavor. Here, give me a high five. Otis. Come here. Give me a high five. Wow. So I don't know what to do. The only things that's different is we put up a new deck, and it's treated wood, but there's nothing that says that it causes allergies in dogs. So I don't know. Here, Otis. Here. Yeah, a little piece of popcorn. Yeah, he'll find it. Odie! Flavor? 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 You want to see Otis play? Anyway, these scam artists are ruthless, and they are getting much worse because they know that many people are, I don't want to say are stupid, but I kind of like to say they're stupid, but they're uninformed. They have no idea how bad it is. And they fall for those lies that they're being told. One person was called from a known number. She checked it out. She was suspicious, and she checked the number out on online. It was a call from the Portland Electric Company, 777 number. And she made sure, and she says, well, that's the right number. And they were threatening to shut her electricity off right then if she didn't send them $800. Well, it was Saturday morning, and her husband had just had open heart surgery, so he was in the hospital. He's a Vietnam vet. Very nice people. Anyway, I think because of the stress that she's been under and everything, having her husband have open heart surgery and stuff, is why she fell for their lies. But anyway, she went and she didn't call her husband because he was in the hospital with open heart surgery. And I'm going to walk to my kitchen, but you're not going to see my house because it's filthy. My torn rotators and my recent spinal fusion. I can barely get around. Anyway, let me get my Rollo walker. Oh, look at this squirrel. I don't like this camera. I think it's ishy. It's ishy camera. And here's Mr. Squirrel eating all the goodies. And we changed our mind about putting glass. This was temporary. And the temporary glass, I started having bird strikes. And one day I had 4 bird strikes, 2 dead birds. And the glass that we were going to get doesn't have a top. It's just glass panels. They're beautiful. 4 foot tall by 6 foot. It was kind of expensive, but we planned on this for several years. And I changed my mind. And we don't like the cable. Our house is 40 years old. It doesn't lend itself to cable. Look at those birds hanging on the white sacks. Those are pine siskins. And I have 3 different flocks. They come in flocks of about 20, 25. And there's a chickadee. Did you know a chickadee has 22 different vocalizations? I love the chickadees. And you can see the snow in the foothills. So hold on a second. I'll keep talking. Anyway, Happy New Year. But these scammers, they're gonna find your grandma one of these days and your auntie or something, because their pitch really was perfect and they got to them. Their angle, they're using people that have a better handle on the English language, other than the ones from India. Most of them from India, the sweatshops. They have these huge offices and cubicles with maybe 50 to 100 people in a center, where they call and call and call. They spend the whole day calling people to scam them. So it's just really bad. Put on a happy face. Oh, this one. That's a rock. You like painting rocks? I like to paint rocks. Anyway, my hair's not done. I'm online.
Oh, Liberace's out there.
Oh, Liberace's out there?
He's
Oh, he's hungry.
waiting for you.
Oh, he's waiting for me? Okay, hold on. You'll get a live of me feeding Liberace, my tuxedo feral cat. He has been going around the neighborhood because the raccoons have kept coming and scaring him off.
I'll get some more food. I'll do that. I'll get more food from
Oh, I'm embarrassed. I look horrible. Anyway, I have a Christian company that is making my life story. They're doing a professional job, so it will be for television or YouTube. Anyway, I have so many incredible stories about being abused and how the Lord kept me safe. Okay. You want to watch videotape me from behind? I look horrible. Here, hold the camera. Liberace. Oh, there he is. Boy, he's been gone for how many days?
About 4 days.
Yeah. He woofs his. I don't know. He must be eating rabbits or something. But you know, when he injured his leg, he wasn't able to feed himself. But anyway, we have to bring my thing. Meow, meow, meow. I still have my Christmas trees up. Oh well, I'm too lazy. I just had spinal fusion in late August, and when we came home, we had to pack up and evacuate because of the firestorms. Can you see? Is Liberace on there? Oh, triple Liberaces. Otis, no. Make sure Otis doesn't come there. Max, no. No, Max. Max got beat up really bad. He had, what, 2 surgeries. It cost us close to $900 because Liberace. Hey, Liberace. Here, just take it outside. Okay. All right. Set it there now. Okay. All right. Liberace will come. Yeah. Hi, Liberace. See how he. Hi there, honey boy. Oops, I forgot. I left that spoon there. I will not pull that spoon out because he will scratch me. And wild cats usually have cat scratch fever. And he's already scratched me a few times. And I've been lucky that I didn't get cat scratch fever. So anyway, these scammers are ruthless. And they're very conniving and convincing because getting your money is their goal. And it may be the only way they can feed their family. They have no morals or scruples. They are usually atheists, but if they believe in karma, and you tell them that you're going to send a ghost after them, that really scares them. And that's what I tell them, that, are you lying? And they say, oh no, I'm telling you. And I say, are you Christian? Oh yes, I believe in Jesus. Okay, what's the verse? Well, I don't want to say, ma'am. And they always say, take your time. But anyway, because I always tell them I need to get my glasses or my hearing aid, and then I drop my glasses in the toilet, my hearing aid. I always have some kind of excuse, just keeping them on the line for as long as I can. The longest I've ever been able to keep them on was 45 minutes. And when he realized I was playing games with him, oh my goodness, he said every ugly thing he could say. And they always tell the women to suck something, and just, oh, It's just really bad. They're hateful people, and they're very poor. So they learn, the longer they work doing this, the more they learn how to manipulate, and they know who not to call and what words are triggered for them that show that we're just playing with them. Um, like when I say, "Oh dear," um, they know. I guess that's, I should say, "Oh, I don't believe you," and then have them. I don't know. How do I know this is really a legitimate? But anyway, this morning call, they said that there's an arrest warrant out for me, and they, because of my fraudulent activity on my Social Security. So it sounded real because it was an American voice, not a foreigner's voice. So then another voice came on, says press 1 to be connected with somebody who will help me. So of course I pressed 1 because I want to talk to them. And then he wanted to give my name, me to give them my name. Of course, they say they have my information, so why do I need to give them my name? Now, he said verify my name, but I give him a phony name like Candy Cane, and I like that IL Rosie. She gives her name as Diarrhea Pants. And they said, no, that's not your real name. She says, yes, my folks were mean to me and they gave me that name. So please don't make fun of me because that's my real name. It's Daria Pants. So anyway, the longer you can hold them on the phone, then the longer, the more time you're wasting, and they can't make calls to others. Liberace, come here, Liberace. Where have you been? I think he's been looking for a girlfriend. He's been looking for a gal. Larry? Where's my husband? If you look and do some research, millions and millions of dollars are going to these scammers because people who are caught off guard, unsuspecting, have never gotten a call, they're scared, they're going to have their electricity cut off, or the cops are on the way to arrest you. And I'm thinking, one told me that a cop was going to be here in 5 minutes to arrest me, that the whole police force was coming. So out here, we've got one cop that covers from Carver to Estacada up to Mount Hood. One cop for 500,000 people, not 500,000, but anyway, quite a large number of people. So when you call a cop, it may be 20 to 30 minutes before they arrive, even if it's something epic. Hey, kitty, 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 kitty. Liberace, where have you been? I think you got a girlfriend, but it's too bad that the raccoons have discovered the feeding station on top. And it's not been really cold. It's been in the 50s. So he's been running all over the neighborhood, meeting new people. Come here. Looking for a girlfriend. You got fleas? I got to give him some flea medicine. Poor guy. I need to capture him and have him neutered. He's a feral tuxedo cat. He's 6 to 7, maybe even 8 years old. We've lived in this area for 35 years, and we know he was up here a few years before we moved to this house. We bought the house. We owned the house 3 doors down and across the street. And this was our dream house. Actually, it was a bad dream house. It was a nightmare. The money pit. But we knew it had issues. So, um, kitty, 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 kitty. Now, he doesn't like anybody else but me. So, come on. I have 6 or 7. I'm not sure how many. I said they were grouse, but they're not grouse. Quail, but they're not like the California quail. Kitty, 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 kitty. Now I'm the only one that can get close to him. If Larry comes out here or anybody comes out here, he runs away. But he will get close. He will let me get close to him. And he will roll around and act all enamored with me, like he wants me to pet him, but I am not going to pet him because he reaches out and scratches me. Come here. Kitty, kitty, kitty. He's camera shy. Kitty, 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 kitty. Come on. He likes that under there. But anyway, the quail will be out here in a while. They come in the afternoon. I had them on top of the roof last night, and our pond looks horrible. The pond's about 25 feet long and 15 feet wide, and it's 4 feet deep. Oh, I have a dead duck there. Look at that duck. His feet up. Wait, it doesn't have feet. It's plastic. And I had some ducklings that were hatched under this tree right here. And the dogs scared the mama away and left me with 5 little ducklings. I imagine there were more ducklings, but I couldn't find them. I imagine the cats or the dog got them. So I had to raise these little wild ducklings. I didn't know what I was doing. So I put them in my shower. I wasn't thinking, I have anemia. And when you have anemia, you're stupid. You have anoxia. You don't have enough oxygen to feed your brain. And so I have EDS, not to be confused with erectile dysfunction. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and it's with mast cell disease. I still don't know what it means, but anyway, that's what's causing my anemia. So where was I? Here, Mary. Oh, the ducklings. I put the ducklings in the shower, and then I put some nest material in a bowl, and it was wet and it was cold, and I'm thinking, oh, they're fine. Well, they weren't fine. They were very cold. I lost 3 of them. So there were 2 left, and don't beat me up about it. I've beat myself up enough about that, and I feel horrible that I let these ducklings die because of my stupidity. And then I had the 2, I was constantly putting them in the shower, and then I kept a warm light on them. So that's what helped, is keeping a warming light on them. I'm going to sit out here and talk let me, hold on. I got to hook up my computer to the power cord. And then we will go outside and look at the birds and the squirrels and maybe the bobwhite. Mary, you stay here. I'm here. I'll be right back. So I don't know if you can hear me. I was going to take him to the Audubon Society. And so I called them. It was an hour's drive. And I've been having problems with my spinal issues. Been having problems with my spinal fusion and anemia for a long time. And I was having spinal or anemia issues then, which causes me incredible fatigue. And driving 1 hour one way to take 2 little ducks was almost impossible for me. But I was going to do it. I called them to confirm that they had room enough to accept 2 little ducklings. Oh yeah, we have plenty of room. Just bring them by. And I says, well, how do they raise them? Oh, we don't raise them. We euthanize them to have these wild ducks. Oh, so I'm supposed to bring them to you so you can kill them, but I'm not allowed to have them. Hello there, Mr. Harry Woodpecker. Come back. So, unless I get a special permit, which you have to go anyway. So I had Louie and which was male because their colors are enough, and it takes a while to identify which ones are male. So anyway, they were their mom, so they weren't friendly with humans. So they were always scared to feel comfortable around me. Bad for ducks, and it causes wing deformities. So he can never fly properly. So he can't get away from anything. Chain link dog cage. But I didn't have a top on it because I didn't think they'd fly away. Well, little did I know that we had cougar and bobcat at 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what time. So she was gone. So Louie was left alone. Our social critters. Speaking of, was sad that I lost my little Huey, and Louie was alone. I'm gonna get the cord. In a minute, I'll be there. You think I'm crazy? Probably got nobody watching. I don't care. Posting bizarre stuff. Yikes. He eats food in the dark and he wears a mask. And it's just, I don't know. Check him out. Maybe you'll like him. But anyway, I was trying to get 1,000 subscribers so I can go live from my mobile phone, or my cell phone, because I want to take my cell phone up to Mount Hood and look at I can't do that live until I have 1,000 subs. And if you saw the beautiful area that that I'm talking about, you would gladly subscribe to my channel. But you can't put on there, YouTube has been scrubbing. I would have hit 1,000 long time ago. But YouTube keeps removing subscribers. Look at that beautiful view. I should get my drone out. Huh? What do you think? My drone? Look at the hills. See that white cloud way off in the distance? Huh. Let's see. Boy, this is weird. I can't figure out what this is. But anyway. I don't know if you can see those mountains in the background. But that's where my husband has his ham radio repeater. And we're trying to get people to get their ham radio license. So we're worried about the grid system going down. And if we had a solar flare or electromagnetic pulse like the Carrington event in 1859 or the San Diego blackout that September or August 9 years ago, my husband was down in San Diego when that hit. The power was out from Tijuana to just south of Los Angeles and east to Phoenix. It grounded every aircraft coming in and out San Diego, Lindbergh Field, and also Gillespie Field to the east. There in El Cajon. There was no flights anywhere. And my husband had just turned in his rental car, and he noticed people walking around and things were looking weird. And he thought, what is going on? Well, he was in San Diego. He was in San Diego. He was going down there once a month, sometimes twice a month, because there's a Motorola office that he was going down there and work. So they'd pay for his flight. And then he stayed with his best friend and my dearest friend, Lolita. Both of them have passed away. Lolita was 70 and Dan was 70, 2 years before they should have died. Lolita was unexpected anaphylactic shock to latex. I want to make a video and show Cindy Watts how wrong she is about these food allergies. She didn't believe little Bella had food allergies. She believed Shanann was lying. Hi, Maxers. I don't want you killing any birds. So anyway, Lolita had gone with her daughter to a Christmas bazaar. It was December 16 or 15, Friday. This was 3 years ago. And they got some kettle corn. She ate a few pieces from the bag and then she saved it. And then later that night, just before bedtime, she's fluffy like me. We like to eat num-nums and stuff. We're hungry girls. And, oh God, I miss Lolita. Let me compose myself. Anyway, she ate a few more little pieces of kettle corn and about 9 o'clock or so, and she went to bed. About 1 o'clock, she woke up with her stomach feeling bizarre, and she woke up Dan. Dan is a retired medical professional. He was a cardiology technician his entire career at San Diego University Hospital. And So we've been very good friends, close friends with them for decades. And Lolita, Dan called it an ambulance for Lolita. And in San Diego, they are incredibly slow. Sometimes it takes 10 minutes to answer 911. It's awful because there's just overcrowding and they don't have enough staff. Now it's even worse. So the ambulance took 20 minutes to get to Lolita. And she walked out and climbed on the back. They gave her another EpiPen. She had 2 rounds of EpiPens. And they drove the 2 miles to Grossmont Hospital from La Mesa to El Cajon, to just 2 miles away. And by the time they went into the ER, got there, Lolita was having trouble breathing. Her tongue was swelling, and she had a catastrophic anaphylactic reaction, and she died. They worked on her for 5 ER doctors worked on her for 3 hours, and she died from the little tiny exposure. They had used latex gloves. They're not sure, but looks pretty good. Pretty suspect that whoever bagged up the bags of popcorn, I'm sure they weren't evil. There's a lot of people down there that don't speak English. And as our kids, they didn't speak English. That's not their first language. We adopted them from an orphanage. And they learned how to speak English. And a lot of people working, they don't understand latex. Gloves, yeah, wear gloves. Well, they may have used a latex glove, and just touching it could have caused Lolita to have the anaphylactic reaction shock to the latex, and that's what killed her. 3 days before that, my husband's dad had died, and Dan and Lolita, living just a few miles from Lyle, Larry's father, they were taking him to the hospital and helping him. So he's 95. We expected him to die, and he died on his birthday. Like I had told Larry, I think your father's going to die on his birthday. But he was going downhill, and his wife, Vesta, Larry's mom, died, and she was a concert pianist. She had a Juilliard School of Music scholarship, but she didn't use it because she has scleroderma, and her fingers started bothering her, so she was pretty upset. Here she was, this gifted pianist, musician. She woke up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning every day, and she practiced an hour before she had to get ready for school. And then after school, she would practice for several hours. And that was from the time she was in grade school on up to when she was in college. And then she married Lyle, grandson of William Wallace. So my husband is Braveheart descendant. I wish I don't know how to get a close-up of these hills, but there's snow on the hills. Snow level is down a bit. So anyway, Dan and Lolita had taken Dan around to the doctor's office. So they both were at this same mortuary where they were both cremated. And our friends, a pastor friend from Boring Church, Paul Savino, his brother owns that mortuary. So it was quite hard having both of them. And Dan and Larry went to go pick up his dad, and Dan picked up Lolita at the same time. They picked up their ashes. and they put them on the back seat of their car. And then Dan he had never drank or smoked or touched alcohol his entire life. He was a good Seventh Adventist German who spoke Spanish. And it was funny. I loved Dan like a brother. I wished he was my brother. And Lolita called me every weekend, every Friday night, say Shabbat Shalom, Happy Sabbath, just about every Friday night. She was always so cheery and loving and caring. And Dan was going through some muscle weakness, and he had dealt with liver cancer, cirrhosis of the liver that turned into liver cancer, and he had diabetes. So he said he didn't want to live anymore after Lolita died. And he died just at the end of August this last year. And with COVID, he was buried alone. I have a picture of his casket. But he had Lolita's urn of ashes tucked inside his casket under his arms. He says he wanted his precious wife with him. So when the Lord wakes him up, when he returns, they'll both be there. Ouch. No, don't climb on my back. Max is trying to climb on my back. So anyway, I believe we're getting closer to the end of time. These masks, this virus thing, the mask, we're having our rights taken away. And the same woman who had a vision of 911, New York City, her vision was in 1906. It was in the Testimonies of the Church, Volume 9, page 11. Is that weird? And it says about New York City's twin towers burning and falling burning as if made of pitch. When she had this vision, the highest building was 3 stories. But she says these buildings were built high up into heavens. And wow. What she wrote in the testimonies for the church is word for word what they printed in the newspaper. I have a video of that. You can see that. And then she said that she had a vision in 1900s of Nashville. And she says, Nineveh, look up the video, Nineveh to Nashville. She had a vision that Nashville would be destroyed by a fireball coming from heaven, which we know now as meteorites or asteroids. And Mary Greeley News just recently had a video warning about these asteroids that are coming near Earth a few days ago. And then today there's another one that's supposed to come by. But even though it's far from Earth, we don't know what friends they're bringing or if their friends are going to go rogue or what's going to happen. Could it be that this fireball, and it wasn't this guy that bombed Nashville recently, had nothing to do with that, but this was a fireball that came from heaven. But you look at the YouTube, it says Nineveh to Nashville. I don't know how to spell Nineveh, but it's pretty hard. Hear that bird? That's the woodpecker. He'll be here in a minute. He's used to me. I had 6 to 7, 8 woodpeckers that raised their families here. I had a bunch of babies. And then the firestorm hit us, and then the air was so bad, it was deadly. We couldn't get away from it because it was several states wide. It was worst air quality on record in the world. It was horrible. We couldn't even see these trees here. It was that thick, and it burned our eyes, burned our throat. We tried to breathe, sleep at night. Uh, it was just awful. No matter what kind of filters you put, it didn't help. Look at this bird. Hello there. No, that you didn't make that noise, huh? Anyway, um, it was pretty bad, the air quality, and I think a lot of my birds died. I have hummingbirds, years and years that we've lived up here on this hill. I've had hummingbirds that winter over. Mary, what you doing, Mary? Poor girl, she is just miserable. She has food allergies, and we've she's allergic to chicken, she's allergic to beef, and she's allergic to turkey. So we've been giving her, which was worked out fine for a while, is the salmon. And now she's just miserable with itching. So I don't know what to do. I've got to order her some kind of special formula. She's such a good girl. She belonged to the people that did our lawn, our landscaping. We have a lot of property that's very detailed and takes hours and hours, and my husband is not, he won't mow the lawn. You'll see jokes for ham radio operators. There goes that. He's going to go where his nest was, not in this tree, but in that tree, that bar tree there, fir tree way, not this one, but down there. No, there. It's hard to hear them. Anyway, that's where they were nesting. But when that firestorm hit, I only have 2 hummingbirds that are wintering over. And I'm very careful to make sure they have their syrup out. It's 4 cups of water and 1 cup of sugar. You do not need to add any food coloring. And use C&H sugar, don't use anything else. The other is beet sugar. And don't use honey. Or any other candy or flavoring, nothing. Just use C&H sugar. And I boil 2 cups of water to a rolling boil, and then I add 1 cup of sugar to that, and then I add 2 cups of cold water, and I put that in the refrigerator, and then keep there, to have on hand. I make a quart of it. I hear fire sirens. Huh. Anyway, yeah, you don't need to buy that special formula. Just 4 cups of water, 1 cup of sugar. Make sure it's hot enough to melt the sugar, and you don't need to add any food coloring. I add 1 drop of food coloring to the quart of to the 4 cups of C&H sugar formula. Huh, there's a weird truck I've never seen. Anyway, yeah, because I put mine in the refrigerator, and I don't want anybody tossing it out. But C&H sugar is cane sugar from Hawaii. I love Kauai. I've been there 8 times. I would love to live there. We should have bought the condo that was for sale 10 years ago when it was $220,000. Now it's over $1 million. No can afford that unless we sold our house here. I don't want to live in Kauai on the beach full time. So anyway, where was I? So Kauai has the sugar cane fields there, and it's non-GMO. You can look at your bags of CNH and it'll say non-GMO or GMO project or something. So be sure and use that. And the other sugar, I think there's one called Dominic or Domino. That is beet sugar, and that uh, is GMO, genetically engineered. So I have food allergies because of my EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and fibromyalgia, and mast cell disease, and anemia. And I noticed that sometimes whenever I ate something, I would have horrible pain. I would feel like I had the flu just hit me, and I would cry. That's how bad my pain would be. And one day I just uh, got something and I put some sugar in it, sugar and cream in the coffee, and then I started hurting. And I said, "What the world? I've eaten this before. I'm not allergic to the sugar or the coffee cream or the coffee." And then I and then I drank it, used it again. That sugar that my husband bought some cheap sugar, not CMH, and I kept having problems, so I quit. And then I thought maybe I'm allergic to that sugar, but how can that be? And then sometimes the pain doesn't hit me like that. But it depends on if I have an empty stomach or what I've eaten that day. Anyway, then I saw the article. Her name is Robbie something. I'll leave a link. She is awesome. She's got thousands of hummingbirds. She's down in San Diego County, I think, up in near Mount Palomar. And she talks about the sugar. And then she told about the GMO beet sugar. And I thought, that's what caused me the pain is the GMO beet sugar. And then I can have some corn, and sometimes I have pain, and it's related to genetically engineered foods. My body just can't take it. Some people can, but mine can't because of my Ehlers-Danlos. It's a genetic disease, and you have hypermobility of your joints. My granddaughter has it too. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry I passed that on to her. It's very painful. Anyway, I'm just rambling. I don't know if anybody's listening or enjoying this. Is there anybody listening? Whoops. Yeah. Mary says she loves me. Mary curiously, she says she loves me taping these calls. I was so mad that he dropped my call. Anyway, maybe I'll have it set up quick enough. So, um, but be careful, folks. And if you can, I know a lot of YouTubers are people who suffer disabilities and pain. Jules of Thought, she's one of my favorite creators, and her husband Pidlin Bale. He's awesome. Anyway, I know a lot of people don't like her, or I don't know why. Anyway, she's a lovely person, and she is very caring and forgiving. I know this for a fact. And she said that a lot of YouTubers are disabled. And I didn't know that. It's because, well, a lot of people are using YouTube more than they are the direct TV and television. And then they're using YouTube as to learn things. I like YouTube to learn how to play piano. Uh, I can't have my piano teacher here because of the COVID. So I can get a tutorial and learn how to play um, some incredible music, and that's fun. Yeah, sirens. I don't know. We can see Highway 224 down below. Huh. So, those of you who have time and have nothing to do, um, and you want to entertain yourself and do some community service, do the Lord's work, is talk to these people that are calling and just, keep them on the line. Hold on, let me get my glasses. And then it's the wrong glasses, or you need to go to the car and get your hearing aid. And they'll always go, take your time, ma'am, take your time. And then all they want you to do is to go onto your computer and log in, and they want to take over your computer, or have you send them some those gift cards. And that's that one lady that gave a $800 gift card, and they cannot afford it. They are the last people that can afford to be scammed. $800 is a lot of money for some people. And for us too, we're going through a financial crisis because I want that motorhome across the street. I need to come up with a couple $100,000. My husband said no, absolutely not. So we've been fighting over that. But then I'm trying to help Kim. She has a son with a traumatic brain injury, and she has a lot of needs. So I'm going to be making a GoFundMe page for Kim and her son. Her roof is leaking right now. That's all she needed was a leaking roof. But if you can, take your time, talk to these people that are calling. Do not give them your information. Make up a name. Get a couple of names ready, so when they do call, I like Candy Cane or Itchy Scratchy, you know, but spell it different. Etchy, Scratchina, or don't don't blame them of being scammers, because they'll hang up on you. And and I notice that when I say, "Oh no, I'm glad you called me," they hang up on me every time I say that. So that's a trigger. So don't say that. Don't say I don't believe you or you're a scammer. Just say, "Hold on, I'll go get my glasses. They're in the car. I'm disabled. Let me get my walker." And then I shuffle, and they say, "Are you going to your car, Mom?" "Yes, I told you I was going to my car. I'm disabled. Please have some patience. Don't be so mean. Why are you so mean?" And then I ask them if they're a Christian, that I only deal, and they always say yes. And then I tell them, "Oh, do you know that I can send a curse and karma will get you?" That always scares them. They don't like karma. They believe in karma big time. So anyway, see how long you can keep them on. Uh, they're using your friends' cell phone numbers. They're using local numbers wherever you are. This morning, the number I got was a local cell phone number, Verizon account. And then when you call it back, it is doesn't work. I'll show you. This is the call that I received a little while ago. I don't know if you can see this. Anyway, it's a 936 number. Hey, Max. So I'm calling it. Now this person may not be aware that their number is being used. Mary, stop it. Yeah. It's somebody's cell phone. But anyway, don't believe the
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 50393611130 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hello, I just got a call from your number here, and it was
We didn't get your message either because you were not speaking or because of a bad connection. To disconnect, press 1. To record your message, 2.
I got a call from this number, and they were claiming to be from the social.
We didn't get your message either because you were not speaking or
Hello,
because of a
I
bad
am
connection.
speaking.
To
See,
disconnect, press 1. To record your message, press 2.
there's something wrong with this number. Yes, I got a call from.
We didn't get your message either because you were not speaking or because of a bad connection. To disconnect, press 1. To record your message, press 2.
I got a call from this number from IRS claiming.
Unfortunately, the system cannot process your entries. Please try again later.
Yes,
Goodbye.
something wrong with this. Anyway, anytime you call it back, it's not the IRS or the whatever they say they are from. Another good one I love, Kit Boga, Kitboga. He puts on a wig and he looks like an old lady, and he uses a voice changer, and he keeps them on for hours. One person he kept on for 20 hours. Oh, there's a downy woodpecker. Oh, now I had a bald eagle in my yard the other day, above my yard, and something just flew. Huh. Hear the Canadian geese. Mary, stop it. You're scaring the birds away. The Canadian geese. Oh, I love these birds. Anyway, don't believe. If somebody calls you, do not believe anything they say. Oh, like when. Oh, and I know somebody, they had a guy contact them on Facebook. Oh, I love these little birds hanging on that white sack. That's a thistlebag. And that's a pine siskin. I don't know why I can't focus on these birds. And why this flicks all the time. I'm going to hide chat so I can see the picture. Oh, I don't know how to do that. I can't see anything because I'm outside and the little birds hanging on that sack right there in the middle. That's a pine siskin. And have a Oregon junco male right here. And there's the hairy woodpecker. And there's a chickadee. See the one with the V pattern on his head? That's a chickadee. I love Leslie, the bird nerd. She's awesome. She has awesome information about the birds. But this is a downy woodpecker. They're smaller than the hairy woodpecker. And this is a male. You can see the red cap on his head. I don't know if I'm getting him. I can't see a thing. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. I think I'll close this live and then put in about the birds. And then just do the birds and not have the scammer stream. Anyway, thank you for coming and God bless. Oh, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the thumbs up or thumbs down, whatever floats your boat. God bless you. And I don't know how to do this. Mary, stop it.